ID and digital currency, meaning that you're not going to have bank cards or debit cards. They're going to take them off you so they get full control. It's starting here shortly. It's already started all over the world. They're going to start the UK shortly, people, so pay attention. I'm not political, and everything I state here today, I do as a man in private capacity, under a charge of perjury in any court jurisdiction in the lands of Scotland. So you know there's no bullshit, so you know there's no misinformation. Everything I state here today is 100%, million% true. And I'll tell you where to find the resources if you have any doubts and you don't believe a man. Now, 15-minute cities. What's the implications of that to the people? It means within your area you're going to have, for instance, from here to Ibrox, 15 minutes travel time, and you'll get everything in your area that you require. If you want to go outside that area, you have to get permission for the scumbags in the city chambers known as council, right? And if you go outside without permission, you get fined. That's when Police Scotland get involved, right? Firstly, there is no man or woman called council. It's a fictitious name used to escape liability. There's men and women that represent this corporation, the same as Police Scotland, NHS Scotland, local authority, councils, right? So let's be clear on that. Unless a man or woman comes forward in a private capacity, then we've got a problem. Anyway, people, now, down in Oxfordshire, in certain communities have got poles that's in the ground, and when they don't want you to leave your area, they pop the pole up, you've got to get permission for them to put it down. Also, relating to the 15-minute size, you're going to get 100 passes a year to leave your area. And if you get 2 or more cars, it's divided with maybe 2 cars, 3 cars. Once they exclude, they run out, you have to apply to the entity known as council to get more and get the permission. And that'll probably cost you money, because everything relating to the council costs you money, but you don't get any services. People are dying every day, don't get hospital treatment, medical treatment, dentists, you can't even get an appointment, and that's the way this system's devised. They want control of everybody's lives, and I verify that under a charge of perjury. And I challenge anybody over there that works for the legal system, legal society, come forward here, call a man a liar, and I'll shoot you down in flames. Now, digital ID, you have a passport, you have a driving licence, your medical records. They want to change that to digital ID, right? Where everything, you don't have a passport, everything's on an app on your phone. They have full control of your phone. Now, I see a couple of people looking at their phones. Look up council website, look for 15-minute cities, and you'll get your answers there. They sell it as if it's good for the people. It's to keep you limited for your movement, so they'll get more lockdowns coming down. Now, there's a thing called the Pandemic Treaty. Last 2022, they've done the first session of that. 2024, they're going to pass it with the World Health Organization, World Economic Forum. Meaning, if you have a pandemic of COVID nonsense, you're going to be shut down. You're going to be removed from your home if you've not had the vaccination and put in a detention centre. And that's 100% fact. They're doing it abroad just now. It's coming here, people. Waking up, listen to what you're being told today and pay attention. I'll tell you how to find the research and the answers I'm telling you. I've got none to hide. There's no misinformation here. Now, if they take away your passport and everything that you've got with your photograph on it, they get control of your life. You've no say in the matter. They control you. You're a slave. You're already a slave. And that's a fact. They control you, tell you to do something, you lie down and roll over like a puppy dog and accept it. I don't accept it. I fight with this system every day. The court system, everything. And I don't pay council tax. I don't pay inland revenue. I pay nothing because I know how the system works. Every part of the legal system's fraud. Sturgeon and Rory Muppets, the Parliament are paid liars. Traitors to the people of Scotland and traitors to the lands of Scotland. Same as done in England, right? Now, face recognition, that's part of the 15-minute cities. Cameras, massive surveillance in the areas all over Scotland. You'll not be able to move, but they'll be spying on you. They get everything. They know where you are. They know where you're going, and they know where you've been. All about control, people. Everything. It's a fact, and it's going to be a sorry fact if people in Scotland don't stand up, be counted, and do something about it. you'll have no choice. You have no choice now, right? Now, I'm here today to try and waking you people up, but whether you wake up or don't, I don't know, right? I don't care. I've woke up, and people in Anti-Corruption Scotland are waking people up all over Scotland. Now, fictitious offices. What is a fictitious office? Clerk of the court, a sheriff, procurator fiscal, a doctor, a surgeon, councillors, politicians. These titles are used to escape liability, and that's how these scumbags escape liability. They tell you the council's putting up council tax. There is no man or woman called council, right? That over there is registered in Dun and Bradstreet trading for profit. It has shareholders and directors, and they're screwing the people for the money, and they're sitting back taking it, and they deserve everything they get. Stand up, be counted, and fight back. Know your rights. You have no rights. When you register in their system, you have duties, obligations, responsibilities to a legal system. You become a person. You become a citizen, a UK citizen, a Scottish citizen. You're none of them. Legalese, trick language, work trickery to deceive the people and take their rights. That's why when social services take your sons and daughters, they use the word child or children. That's the gig in the legal realm. Birth certificate, what's the birth certificate? If you go to People Scotland People website, it'll tell you you have an entity ID and it's the all capital name. But when you get the receipt with extract to the birth certificate, it tells you your first name has an uppercase letter, your second name. They've stole your identity. If you look at the bottom of the birth certificate, it tells you person or person cannot use this for identification. The top left-hand corner, it tells you Crown copyright. When you come into this world, you came free. No ties, nothing. And the only reason you're tied to this system is because your mother and father informed you they're registered in Scotland, another private corporation. It steals your rights. When you sign to register your son and daughter, you're signing a contract with no full disclosure. Therefore, that's why the social services, social workers, can come and take your sons and daughters and you can't do nothing about it. And that's why the police aid and abet. My sister lost her son and daughter based on lies with social workers. I went to numerous panels and fought it. I went to the Paisley Sheriff Court with a hidden camera and filmed it. 7 days later, when they found it, I put it on YouTube, they jailed me, they kicked my door in and stole my computers. Police Scotland is full of paedophiles as well. Inspector, sergeant downloading images of children being abused. It's all out there for the people to see. The four corners at the start of the town, that's where all the child abuse starts. Grooming the sons and daughters. What happens when paedophiles get arrested for grooming sons and daughters online? They get arrested, the council protect them, they move them from one end to the other. Where's the justice in that? Police Scotland send half a police force over to escort them out the area and put them somewhere else and cause a problem for people's sons and daughters elsewhere. Where is the justice? If you're caught downloading images of sons and daughters being abused, you're locked up and you don't get out. That's what should be happening. Know what's happening now. The council, Police Scotland and the local authorities are protecting pedos. And that's a fact. And I hate them. Hate them. Because they're getting away with everything. More offences takes more priority than somebody being abused. Scotland right now is rife with sons and daughters being abused. Murdered, raped, and that's a fact. I work with another group called Expose Scotland, and they have all the information, all the facts. So, please people, listen to what I'm telling you. I've got better things to do with my time, but there's groups out there in the street just now passing out leaflets and handing out booklets and talking a load of nonsense. I'm giving you the facts. I've got first-hand knowledge and that's what counts. First-hand knowledge of everything that I say is true. True and accurate. And again, I'll verify it under a charge of perjury. Any court, including the High Court in Edinburgh and the Supreme Court in London. I've got nothing to hide, people. I'm trying to make it beneficial for your people to listen to information and educate you to the truth. Your politicians are all paid liars, and that's a fact. Like Nicola Sturgeon, she'll be sitting milking Europe, people's purse, public funds to pay her legal bill for crimes she committed against the people. But everybody thinks she's a bee's knees. She's a donkey on legs. Right? Now, there's no man or woman in the Scottish Parliament has any authority over you, the people, without your consent, and there has to be a contract. Every corporation, the council, Police Scotland, the court services, everything is registered in Dun & Bradstreet. So if you want to check out, go onto the website in Dun & Bradstreet, do a company search, put Nicola Sturgeon's name in, and you'll see she's registered as a private corporation herself. Humans are useless. He's another corporation. Patrick Harvey, he's another corporation.
But wait a minute, let's all have a round of applause for Nicola Sturgeon,
Aye, we're a bus.
She's fucking great,
Aye. She's under there, she's great. She shuts up. Anyway, people. Now, it's wrong what's happening. How many people recently got a hospital appointment that was put back for 2 months? One of my friends told me the other day somebody had collapsed and blacked out. They phoned an ambulance, and the caller on the other end of the phone asked if she was awoke and could she speak. And on that basis, they said they weren't sending an ambulance, people. How bad is that? How bad is that? When you can't get services. And why can you not get services? Because you're corrupt government. The politicians in Edinburgh, England, Ireland and Wales, corrupt to the core.
Politicians always say that we're for the people, always for the people.
That's right.
Are they? Alright. Are they that much for the people?
No, they're not for the people.
No. Alright, so what kind of women, and it was whatever context you say, what kind of women abandons our country? I want independence, I'm doing this, I'm fucking doing it, and I'm going to do it.
The guy's brought up an important point, people. You get numpties like Tommy Sheridan shouting about an independent Scotland. Scotland is independent. It's a branch on the tree of the United Kingdom Corporation. England, Ireland, Wales, and Scotland are part of that tree, right? If you want Scotland back, you have to remove the politicians in Edinburgh and get a people government, a sovereign government with the people. Because then you get all your services back, you shut down the corporations. Embezzlement has happened at a massive scale, people. It's happened at a massive scale. That's why you have no services. They've incorporated them. Even you're a corporation. You have an entity ID, definition of entity and independent existence. That's why everything in every statutory legislation in the Act says person or persons. You don't exist. You're dead. I'll give you an example. Some months back there I went to Glasgow Sheriff Court. Got to jail for standing speaking in the street in front of 400 people in Argyll Street. For telling the truth, what I'm telling you now. Everything I tell you is the truth. I don't need to like these people. I'm telling you the truth. I got arrested. Took to Helen Street. Processed. And because the people in Argyll Street came to Helen Street and caused such a fuss, they kicked me out because I was expecting a lie-in all weekend and I didn't get it. They gave me a lift home to get me the way. Says that I can't go out the front door because if I went out the front door in front of the people shouting abuse at them for locking me up, they would look bad. So I got home. Anyway, court case arrived. 2 court cases. The first one get dropped because of the paperwork I put in. The second one, I went into the Glasgow Sheriff Court and they asked me my name. I wouldn't get in the dock, people, because when you get in the dock, you lose your rights, your jurisdiction, and you're treated for something that doesn't exist. They don't hear you, they don't see you, and they don't recognise you in the court. You're dead. You're a dead fiction. Verified. I gave him my given name, my first name for my mother 3 times. He wasn't happy with that. He asked for the surname. I told him that the man that had the document, the Procurator Fiscal, the man acting in capacity as Procurator Fiscal, had a Crown copyright name and that was not my name and I wasn't accepting it. The man acting in capacity as Sheriff stood up and told the Procurator Fiscal to issue a warrant for failure to appear. There was nobody there with the name of Robert Sproul. But yet I was standing arguing with people. So if I wasn't there, who did they arrest? That's the question. Who did they arrest? If I wasn't there, who did they arrest? That's how corrupt your system is. On your medical records, you're listed as person. And any, as I said earlier, any act, you're listed as person. You don't exist. You're a corporate entity, a corporation, a company. And they're trading you for profit. Your birth certificate's a bond. They've got a bond created on your name. And they're robbing it. Your name. They've stole your identity, people, and I verify this. And it makes me sick that I can't get numbers behind me in Scotland to go to Scottish Parliament and call them out and take them on. I'll give them a battle they'll not forget. Because I don't care and I don't fear this system because I know how this system works. I've been in this street for over 3.5 years, and every time I've done a live video, I've called Sturgeon out or any politician to come here to speak to me direct in front of the people, or I'll go to them. When I went to the Parliament to serve documents on Sturgeon, the security ran away and locked the gate. They got the police to come and keep me out of the Parliament. That's a fact. How funny is that, people? One man going to serve a document. They're good at serving documents. Now, I'm going to tell you something that might interest people who are debt. Work and Love, Stirling Park, Scotland. Now, when you get a letter saying that your council tax, that debt is passed to the people and they debt collecting agencies, right? Now, the claimant on the document is sent to you as the council is a pursuer. The council can't pursue nothing. It has no life. It has no right of mind to contract, and no man or woman can make a claim on its behalf. I've already challenged it. One man there, with another two right now, we've challenged it and asked him to verify that he and myself is the person in the act. It can't be done, and that's a fact. There is no such thing as a person. Legalese, trickery, word trickery. Doug Latin, all capital name. When you fill in forms in black ink, the all capital name, you're dead. It's the sign of the dead. Look at a graveyard. All the names are in uppercase. You're dead. You don't exist. Everybody here right now, believe it or not, is dead to the system. They don't recognise men. That's why they can't say mother, father, son, daughter, child, children, guardian, parent. All legalese, trickery words to draw you into their legal realm. Their language looks like English. It sounds like English, but it has a different meaning, and I verify that. Please, people, pay attention. Please, people, really pay attention to what I'm telling you here. This is coming for here, and it's coming for here. And I don't mean I'm cuckoo, right? I know the game, and the game's up. I've got a YouTube channel called Robess. I'm on TikTok, educating the people about the Road Traffic Act. I'm on Facebook. We have a group called Anti-Corruption Scotland. People for the people, we are change. Anti-Corruption Scotland, Save Our Children. And Anti-Corruption Scotland Task Force. The task force is not full capacity yet because I've not got enough people to do what I want to do. I'm here to try and educate you what's going on, to protect your rights. You have rights, inalienable, an inherent right. The law is inherent within. No right from wrong. Do not commit harm, loss or injury. Property damage or fraud within a lawful contract. That's a law. That's a law. The real law. No the nonsense that they're preaching to you, right? It's like when you get pulled with the coppers and the green. Do you know the difference between a constable and an officer? Constable's there to protect and serve and keep the peace. Black uniform. Green vest, green jackets are a police officer. They're there to enforce statutes and acts and rob you for money. Under an act, it's not a law, it's a rule. Anything with an act is a rule, it is not a law. And if there's any coppers sitting in there drinking, or any lawyers or barristers, come on here, prove me wrong. I would love the opportunity to shoot you down in flames, because I'm dynamite at what I do, people. I do my research for 12 years now. I lose my father after 11 years, him standing shoulder to shoulder with me, fighting the system. Terrible. Anyway, the council Disney operate as a man or woman. It's a fiction used to escape liability and rob you. You get somebody work. How does the fraud work? They hire a room within a court building and go in and say that you owe, if you owed £500, they can turn around and say you owe £1,000. But because you're not there or allowed to be there to dispute the debt, you get a thing called acquiescent. Silence is consent. If you're not there, that's what happens. It goes against you, a default judgment, and you get screwed for whatever they say. That's why they get into your bank account, they get into your wages, because they're stealing that. Because in your bank account, if you look at your bank card, it's the old capital name. If you look at your driving license, it's the old capital name. Everybody in the legal system, legal society has duties, obligations and responsibilities to work with that system. That's why the people get screwed for money, losing their homes, losing their cars and everything else, losing their sons and daughters, especially that. Social services right now are still in Wales like it's a fucking pastime, and nobody wants to bother about it. Sons and daughters have been abused in the lands of Scotland, but nobody wants to know about it. Why is that? Because it's not happening at your door. But when it comes to your door, see how you like it, because I know many people's doors came in, and it's not fucking nice. That's right, people, this isn't anger, this is passion. Because I know what goes on, I know how it works, but you don't. Because the era don't care, or you're too ignorant to research. It's terrible, people. Waking up, smell of coffee. before it's too late. Your life's about to change. And if they get what they want with digital currency, digital ID, 15 minute size, throw in the till. They've got control of your full life. You can't do nothing. If you go on a bus to go to a protest, they know where you're going, they'll stop. The digital currency is dangerous, people. They can shut your account down on a touch of a button. If you owe a debt, whatever chance you've got with sheriff officers right now, if they get us any action, you've no chance. They'll just shut you down and empty your account. How are you going to feed yourself? How are you going to feed your sons and daughters? How are you going to pay your mortgages? How are you going to pay your bills? Not going to happen, because they control everything. They're the masters, you're the slaves. Now, on this video here, I'm going to put out a message to any politician in the Scottish Parliament. I'm here out in the street again. I took a wee break out because I wasn't well. I'm back here, and I challenge anybody. Humans are useless. Patrick Harvey, Sturgeon, any politician to face a man in the street in front of the fine people of Scotland, and I will fucking destroy you, because you have no power, you have no authority, and I verify that. And again, if there's anybody in there that's a lawyer, a police or whatever having a drink, come on here and call me a liar and I'll shoot you down in flames. That's how confident I am with my work. Not a problem. I'll go back to the pandemic treaty, people. If they get that in, you're going to get screwed. Now, people are getting do not resuscitate orders in hospitals without consent or disclosure. They don't have that right. They did that with my father when he was dying of cancer. And I got one day and I went up and challenged the two surgeons. And I told them they had 2 minutes to remove that order. They never told my father. They never got his consent. And they never told the family, and they didn't get our consent. And I told the two surgeons under common law, because I'm a specialist in common law, people, I'm in a different realm for these muppets in there with their statutes and acts. They don't have power. Please believe myself when I tell you, there's only two ways that these muppets over there can have power, is if they're claiming yourself as their property, or they have a contract. Other than that, there's no contracts. It's like when you go into the bank, you fill in a form for a loan or a mortgage, they put crosses on the form. You sign that. Did they sign it? No, because you've just been deceived and committed fraud against. You've just signed your own warrant for to pay identity you don't own, and that's a fact. The banks are even involved in the fraud with the whole capital name on your bank card, your invoices or your statements. They know what they're doing, people. The court system, you don't have a justice system, it's a fraud. You don't have a government, it's a fraud. You don't have an NHS Scotland, it's a fraud. Queen Elizabeth Hospital, people hate that down there because there's some amount of people dying in that hospital right now for no reason. And it's not being reported on because your media. Stay away from the telly, the radio, and all the politicians' debates. It's a load of nonsense, a load of bullshit. It's a fact. It's like the day Rangers and Celtic are playing at Ibrox, but countries in a state, but nobody seems to bother about that. I want to go see my team score a goal. Really? A couple of weeks' time they might be losing their house. Own dead, they didn't know they owed. The system is corrupt to the core, people. And I would love an opportunity. I'm going to the Parliament shortly with this. And I'm going to call all them out in that Parliament right outside the front door to come in and face a man. And I will destroy them. Because they don't have the power. A nice day anyway, people.
Aye, a beautiful day.
That's the other thing, people. A wee while ago, you seen white lines going across the skies, crisscrossing.
Aye.
That is the fuel. That's
I
chemtrails.
felt
They're
it
spraying
going
chemicals down on these people.
I felt it boiling.
And they're interfering with the atmosphere. That's why we're getting so much dullness, because they're blowing out the skies. Do your research, you'll get the answers.
Getting the sky.
Planes have got drums of chemicals in the plane, and that's why when you see them in wherever you stay, you see 3 or 4 planes crisscross the sky. That's not for your benefit. Well, that's for your benefit. They're poisoning you.
Well,
That's why people are coughing.
I Republican Army. Regardless.
So,
IRA. So,
come on, people. I hope you've took notice of what you've been told today.
Aye, fuck all. IRA.
Now, 3 statuses to remember, people. Person, man or woman. You're only one or the other. You're not a person, because a person doesn't exist. You're dead. You're a dead entity. You ever get called person, do not accept it. You ever get a title, stop filling in forms and putting Mr, Mrs or Miss.
Aye,
That's you walking right into the legal realm.
Champions. What
Yeah.
title? Champions.
Know what I mean, people? You're being ripped off, you're being conned, you don't even know it because you're too busy.
Aye, 'cause I
Thinking
saw
life
them
is
fucking
sweet.
Champions.
And it's no sweet,
Right.
people. Seriously.
So that, what's all the champions?
It's terrible, people.
Terrible people, aye. These guys fucking win the league. Bad, aye.
Well, like, I don't play football, mate.
Aye. I can tell that.
I don't support it either because it's a load of pish.
Aye.
Aye.
You're talking a lot of piss.
Well, I mean, you go away and listen to someone else then.
I'll storm it here.
I'll start with the fuck you want,
I'll
alright?
fucking storm what I want.
Well, you do that and I'll start with that one and I'll say what I fucking want, alright?
Right. And I'll storm what I want.
Right, well, stand there.
Right.
Right, well, don't be
Aye.
shouting at me either, alright? I'm not talking to
I'm
you.
not shouting at
Well,
you.
don't.
He's doing a video shoot for the way, right?
Sorry, big cat. Send me anything to you.
I'm not getting any offence to you either, mate. I'm just trying to educate the people here. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to educate yourself as well to know what's going on. Because see when it comes into all this stuff, your benefits are going to be controlled. They can stop your benefit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're going to stop
They've been
everything.
doing it for years, Timmy.
I know, but they're going to do it at a severe, more rapid pace,
I'll
mate.
be rapid.
Aye.
Aye. That's how they put holes in our people in fucking houses and then pack them back out them after the COVID, didn't it?
I know, mate.
Fuck's sake.
Anyway, people, I'm going to take a break because my throat's a wee bit sore. I hope you have listened. And again, I swear everything here, in private capacity under full liability under a charge of perjury in any court jurisdiction in the lands of Scotland, so people are clear that this is no misinformation or nonsense. All right, people?